Here we go. Oh, excuse me. Continue on. I'm going to factor. This is going to be video 3. I'm going to show you how to do a very quick factoring. To factor just means if I want to know what are the factors of 6, I'd say, well, 2 times 3. There's also other factors of 6, 1 times 6. Basically, it's what are the numbers that multiply to the original product. So if I had something like 3x plus 6, what I could actually do is I could say, well, if I had 3 x's and I had 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what do I actually have? I have 3 groups that are all equal. And how much is each group? Well, if you watched the last video, you'll notice that I said, when I talk about groups, I put them in parentheses. Each group is worth x plus 2. And that's it. 3 times the quantity x plus 2 is 3x plus 6. So if I want to do another one, negative 4x plus, let's say, 8. No, not 8. Let's say plus 10. Alright, so I have a negative x, negative x, negative x, negative x. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, this is a little bit trickier because I can't just say, oh, 1 negative x, 1 negative x, because that doesn't work. But I do realize that I can divide this by 2, and I can divide 10 by 2. And if I do that, I end up with, I don't know if I really like that either. Let's see if I can do this. There's one group. And here's another group. And you'll notice that once again I have 2 groups. Well, not once again, because this time it's a little bit different. I have 2 groups, and each group is worth a negative 2x and a positive 5. 1x, 2x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, how can we do this without having to draw the picture every time? Because the picture could be a little bit tricky if you had something like 25x minus 75, all right? Well, what you have to do is you have to figure out what numbers go into both 25 and 75. In this case, 25 does. So if I said, all right, 25, and I'm going to say 25x minus 75, and I'm going to divide each term by that. So let's say 25 goes into 25x x times, minus 25 goes into 75 3 times. That's it. So I'm going to do another one. Well, this actually kind of came out perfectly fine for me. What if we had 12x minus 16? If you go onto your graphing calculator, or not your graphing calculator, your TI-30X2S, and I don't actually have a TI-30X2S, but I have something close enough. If you go to math, you should see, oh boy, I hope I have it. You should see a GCD key. Oh, there it is. If you press GCD, and then you enter your 2 values, mine are 12 and 16, so I'm going to say 12. And then you have to press comma. Now, on the TI-30X2S, you're going to have to press second and decimal, I believe, and that should give you a comma. And then you enter in your second value, which was 16. You press enter, you're going to get 4. What that means is 4 is the greatest number that goes into both 12 and 16. It's the greatest factor. So I'm going to go back. And like I said, I now know that 4 is my biggest factor. So what's 12x divided by 4? And what's 16 divided by 4? So I have my 4 out front. And it's going to be 3x minus 4. If you're unfamiliar with how to use your calculator and you're not super great with factors, I highly recommend practicing that. Once again, go to math, select GCD, then it's the first term, and then I believe it is second and the decimal point. All right, that's it. hope you got something out of this video.